Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. That's not me at all. What up y'all? So I'm back again after doing some dummy stuff, deleting my videos by accident. I had a whole look, chick chat, get ready with me, and it just, I fumbled it. It's my fault. So I went on Instagram, I did a poll, I said what y'all want, a glam look or what y'all want, a natural look, and of course y'all did glam, what I did not want to do. I don't think this is like super glam. This is summertime glam for me because I don't do cut creases. I don't even do brows like that in the summer. So I was gonna bust out the glitter, but no, I can't bust out the glitter. It's not cold enough for that yet. The inspiration for this look I'm filming today, Queen just dropped, Nicki. I was really shook. Like, I was like, is she gonna come through? Like, I don't know if the old Nicki's back, but I'm sitting here rocking. As you can see in the footage, you'll see. But I was like, let me look at the album cover, and she has some red and oranges with a little bit of yellow. So I was like, let me just do a little red and gold. Make sure you're subscribed. More videos, like so many more videos are coming soon. I plan on filming every week starting now. Let me know what y'all think. Did I do that, or should I just not do makeup videos? Like, hey y'all, so I'm here, brows on already. I used to prime my eyelids my L'Oreal True Match concealer. I'm using my Real Technique sponge to blend that out, and then I'm gonna just use my Airspun powder to make sure that it's set, just so I have a really smooth base to do my eyeshadow on. I think it's really important to have like a lighter color on your eyelid just so your colors pop. And then I'm just gonna blend that out again with my Real Technique sponge. So I'm using this NYX palette. I'm gonna hop right into these orange and yellow shades at the bottom, and I'm gonna go back and forth, kind of like windshield wiper movement, I guess is what you can call that, back and forth till I get the color as bright as I can get it. When I'm doing red, I do like to start off with yellow and orange colors just because I think it blends out really nicely. So as you can see right here, I'm kind of like patting the color in right on where my crease is going to be, because that's where I want the color to be more vibrant. So instead of like going back and forth the whole time, I'm kind of like pressing it in and then going back and forth. It's just like a weird little technique that I do just to get the color as bright as I can get it. Next, I'm hopping into my Master Palette by Mario, and I'm hopping into this shade called Isabel. It's like an orangish color. I use it as a transition shade in a lot of my makeup looks. So I'm going over that yellow with this to make it more warm. Doing that same back and forth motion. I really like this shade just because it's real smooth and it just makes everything look better. So I'm dipping back into that same NYX palette, and I'm using this red color at the top. I'm focusing on the end of my lid right now with this red shade just because that's where it's going to be the most red right there. And I'm switching back and forth between brushes, my blending brush and then this black brush. On the blending brush, I have that same transition shade, so I'm kind of going back and forth so that I can build this color up and take my time to get it to the shade that I actually want it to be. So next I'm going to use this red shade out of this BH Cosmetics palette that I have. I'm just going to go over top of what I already did on the other red color just to make it brighter. So I'm hopping back into that NYX palette, and I'm going to use these two orange shades just to blend out the outside of this red, just to add a little bit more color so it's not just red and yellow. I have like a little in between, and I'm just keep going back and forth with that. So as you can see, I'm just going to go back on the other eye and do the exact same thing that I did on the other one. And I guess the rest I'll just let you guys watch and learn. So now it's time for the complicated part. So we're going to start to cut this crease. I'm going to use that same L'Oreal True Match concealer with this Sonia Kouchak brush. It's a thin brush and it's flat, so that's what I use to cut my crease. The trick I do is I put concealer on the bottom of my eyelid, and then I put my head down and I look up just to see where my actual crease is. So I kind of like don't just freehand my crease. I kind of see exactly where it's going to be, and then I go from there. And I also don't like slide my brush across my lid. I pat it and I just do like little like pats to get my crease to come out, because I do not have a steady hand to even cut the crease just with one smooth swipe. So now that I'm done cutting that crease, I'm going to go back in with that same airspun powder and set the concealer that I used, just so that it can be ready for the next color that I put on top of my lid. So now that I've cut my crease, I'm just going to go back in on top and make that red right on the outside a little bit more bright, just so it could be cuter. And then I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife, of course, you guys all know. And all my highlighters are broke, so don't judge me. But I'm going to pat that right on top of my lid. A trick that I use to make the color a little bit more bright and stick onto the brush and the lid more is I'll spray my brush with my setting spray, just, you know, just so it makes it more bright. So this is an important part. You gotta blend that part right there, just so it's a smooth, you know, transition, so it's not just yellow and then red. I kind of just go back and forth a little bit with both of the colors just to blend them nicely. So now that my eyeshadow is done, I'm going to just go in with a makeup wipe and just clean up the edges. I didn't have any tape, and I don't really like the way that tape feels on the end of my eye. So this is what I do to make it sharp on the outside. And then I'm going to just, you know, clean up the excess powder that fell out. So now it's time for the face. I'm going to start off with this moisturizing sorbet sample that I got from Sephora. I love it. And I'm just rub it all over my face. And then next I'm going to go into my primer. I use the NYX Photo Loving Primer. I've used this primer like my whole life. Like, it's nothing better than this. It makes my face so smooth. Then of course for foundation, you know, I had the Fenty Beauty. I struggled a little bit. I actually ran out of foundation, but I made it work. blend out my foundation, I'm going to use this complexion brush and spray it with my setting spray just to make it more of a smooth application. When I do eye looks like this, I blend my my foundation out with a brush rather than a beauty blender, just so it's more like of a precise look and I don't mess up my eyeshadow. Let me just take this time to say, I need y'all to bring y'all foundation, all that makeup. I need y'all to blend it to your neck. I'm sick of seeing y'all with just y'all faces looking crazy. So blend. Like, you see I'm taking my time. Take your time. I don't care if you have to be late for work, late for wherever y'all going, but blend that. So anyways, I'm going into my LA Girl concealer and I'm going to start off with my highlight. I really don't have like a staple routine where what I do first and what I do last. Like, if I felt like doing my contour first, then I would have did it first. But speaking of contour, I'm going to use my Rihanna Fenty Beauty matchstick. It's, I think, what shade is this? Truffle? Yeah. And I'm going to shape and contour my face. I really love this contour stick. It's like the perfect shade for me. So I'm using this e.l.f. small stippling brush to blend out my contour. I really like this brush because I don't know, like I only use it for contour and it just works and it gets the job done. So I just want to let y'all know what kind of brush that is because it's bomb. Now that all that blending is done, I'm going to use my Real Technique sponge to go in and blend out my highlight. I kind of just go back and forth both sides. I used to just blend one side out and then the other side out, but I go back and forth and I take my time. Now to make that cheek contour more sharp, I go in with that same LA Girl concealer and I don't even know what part that's called, but you see, look, and then I do that. I don't really know what that is either, but that's what I do. So boom. So this part is important to me. This is a good thing, like for flashback. If you have issues with flashback, this is like the remedy. So I'm going in with the same brush I did my foundation with, which is a shade darker than my highlight, and I just go in and I blend the whole face basically, and then I take the excess foundation that I had on my hand and just put a little bit on the brush just to make it all look like one shade. And now it's time to snatch this big nose that I have in the middle of my face. I'm going to take the actual brush, the LA Girl brush, because it's thin, and I'm going to snatch my nose, you know, it's what I do. And I just kind of like blend it. It's like I take the brush, it's a combination of the brush, my finger, and the beauty blender, and I just make it so it's not any harsh lines. That's the most important part. So I'm going to take this Black Radiance pressed powder and I'm going to set my contour. I really like this pressed powder because it's not like too dark and it blends perfectly with my foundation. So as you can see, I went over my under eye area and I pressed out the creases, and I'm dipping into that same airspun powder. As you can see, I'm like blowing off what I dip into, just because when you dip and you use that fresh layer of setting powder, it's going to make your face super white and flashback. So you got to blow that excess off all the way. And then, yeah, so. So after I brushed off that extra airspun powder, I'm going to do that same technique where I take my foundation brush and the excess foundation off my hand and go over that powder just to make it less white and make it blend and look more like my skin color. And then I'm kind of lazy with the contour and the pressed powder in the summertime just because I'm brown, like I get brown, so I kind of just blend it all together and I just, you know, blend, blend, blend. So I just sprayed my face with the NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. It's my favorite setting spray. And then after I set my face, I pat the setting spray in just because I feel like it really makes it work. Like my makeup will be on my face all day. So remember how I told y'all that all my highlighters are broke? I have this Jeffree Star highlighter in a bag because it's bomb. Like I was not letting go of that highlighter. So I'm just going to take that with this kind of like, it's not a highlighter brush, but it's a blending brush. But I like the way it makes my highlighter look. And then I'm going to go in with the actual highlighting brush and do my details on my brow. And yeah. So because this is a glam look and I didn't want to do glitter, I went crazy with the highlighters. That is my Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter. That one is also broken and I love it. So I'm just going to use that in more like detailed areas just because it's my lightest highlighter. So next I'm going to take this shimmer powder by Micah Beauty Cosmetics that my best friend gave me a while ago. And I'm going to put that on the inner tear ducts of my eyes. And I love this so much. Like I'm scared I'm never going to get it again, so I rarely use it. And then I'm going to take those same red and orange colors and put it on the bottom waterline. Just, you know, because that finishes an eye look. You have to put the same colors on the bottom. And I'm going to just blend that back and forth with that same pointier brush. So now time for my favorite mascara, the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, the black one, because sometimes I mess up and get the brown one, but the black one is bomb. I love it. After applying lashes off camera, these are the Ardell Wispies. I love these lashes. They're easy to put on. Yeah, and then I added a little bit of white eyeliner on my waterline. And now I'm just going to line my lips a little bit and put on this Victoria's Secret lip gloss. I want to thank you guys for watching my video. Let me know what you think and what look you want to see next. And I know y'all hear this beat. It's bomb, right? Go check out Mo Thorough on iTunes. Bye.